With the opening game between Leicester City and Hull City, the long-awaited 16-17 EPL season now finally got underway. Arsenal is also ready to start this season and they will be playing Liverpool in the first round. This season is definitely going to be a tougher one for the Gunners, with new star managers taking charge of Arsenal's rivals. In this video, Arsenal Analyst will preview Arsenal formation, tactics, and starting lineup that might be used throughout the new season. Arsenal signed 4 new players until now during the summer transfer window. Out of the 4, only 2 players are likely to join the first team, Granit Xhaka and Rob Holding. How will they fit into Arsenal's squad? Arsene is a maniac to 4-2-3-1 formation. He has been sticking to this formation for a very long time now and it will probably stay that way. He forgot the fact that Arsenal's mightiest squad was based on a 4-4-2 formation. Coming back to 4-2-3-1, Arsenal had 3 goalkeeper options in the first team. With Emiliano Martinez staying as a third option, Peter Cech still remains stable as the number 1 goalkeeper. But let's not forget David Ospina. Looking at his performance in Copa America Centenario this summer, he definitely has the potential to become a starter too. Let's look at the 2 center-back positions now. One place definitely goes to Laurent Koscielny. He was great throughout last season and he also did very well during the summer in Euro 2016. The problem lies in the other center-back position, Laurent's partner. Arsenal has 4 options at this place, new signing Rob Holding, Callum Chambers who wasn't given too much chance last season, Gabriel, and Per Mertesacker, Arsenal's new captain. In the second half of last season, Mertesacker's form started to decline and he got some time on the bench. Gabriel could have become a definite starter if he showed the right quality Arsene is looking for, but no, his performance was way too risky. Now that Per and Gabriel are both injured, Arsenal only has 2 youngsters, Callum and Rob, remaining to start the first game. Wenger saw this coming and he already gave some chances to these 2 during the preseason. It turned out to be a disaster actually. Take a look at Chambers first. Chambers opens up far too easily there. This is even worse. A stupid header from Chambers to open up a great chance for the opponents, and a goal conceded. Here's yet another stupid header from Chambers, giving away an easy shot. Callum's independent defensive quality just lacks to be a starting player in my opinion. How about Holding? This was a Man City game in preseason. Rob loses Aguero, doesn't go for the header, and a goal. Not something the fans want to see during the season. Arsenal has one more option at this place, a youngster from the academy, Christian Bielik. Bielik is actually a defensive midfielder, but Wenger used him as a central defender during the preseason games. Bielik told that this was because of his passing ability, his ability to build up a play from the defensive end. But that's not exactly what we see here. A horrible mistake to break down the whole defensive line. Koscielny's partner is still yet to be decided. Now let's look at the right fullback position. In the right fullback, Arsenal has Hector Bellerin as a definite starter. Backing up Bellerin are these 2 players, Mathieu Debuchy and Carl Jenkinson. One of these 2 might be leaving. Mathieu is still looking for a guaranteed starting position. Mathieu was actually given some chances during the preseason. He did well, showing some great overlapping abilities, but not too well enough to overcome Bellerin. The left fullback position does not have much change from last season. Nacho Monreal will be a dominant starter since he was one of the best left fullback in the league last season, and Kieran Gibbs will support Monreal as a substitute member. Into the midfield, 2 central midfielders or the 2 central defensive midfielders, Arsenal has 4 good options at this position. Santi Cazorla, Granit Xhaka, Mohamed Elneny, and Francis Coquelin. These 4 players are all capable of playing the best 11, and this will differ with Arsenal's tactic in each game. If Arsenal plays a very defensive game, Elneny and Coquelin will start the game. If Arsenal needs someone to carry the ball into the attacking third, Cazorla is definitely the best choice. And if Arsenal chooses to play some long balls from behind, Granit would be the best fit. There is only one controversy at this position, and that's Jack Wilshere. Will Jack play in the central midfield position? I don't think this guy is any better than other 4 players in the same position. He doesn't seem to have a place here. Going into the attacking midfielder position, Arsenal has their biggest star occupying this spot, Mesut Ozil. He'll be a dominant starter for sure, but who will back up Ozil? Ozil cannot and should not play in all the games. He should be rested time to time to keep his best form. His backup is probably going to be Santi Cazorla or Jack Wilshere. Jack was more of an attacking midfielder before he changed his position. Santi can play anywhere in midfield, and during the preseason, Wenger gave him chances to play in a more attacking role. He made a great long-range goal, and he also opened up a great chance for his teammate. He clearly understands his role at this spot. On the right wing, players will face lots of competition. We'll first take a look at 2 players who might play in this position, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Joel Campbell. Both showed great display during the preseason. Ox definitely proved that he put in a lot of effort during the break, and Joel always did his job when he was given the chance to play. If Ox can keep this form throughout the season, he will definitely stay in the best 11. But Joel, I don't know. For some reason, he is not at all favored by Arsene. Other than these 2, there is actually one more player that might occupy this position, Aaron Ramsey. In my opinion, he is a disaster if he plays in the central midfield position. He is a little better when he plays on the wing, but one thing that worries me is his bang number. He was number 16 last season, but changed his number to 8 before the start of this season. 8 being a symbolic number for central midfielders, is this a sign of him playing the central midfield again? As Jamie Carragher analyzed before, Ramsey has an undeniable weakness in defensive ability. His defensive positioning is just tragic. Here's Ramsey running into the attacking third. It's this space he leaves behind allowing the attackers to easily run into the back four line. Again here, Ramsey is running in like an attacking midfielder. He comes out to receive the ball and makes a pass into the middle. As soon as the ball is lost, Ramsey is out of his position, leaving this space unoccupied. An easy counter-attack chance given to the opponents. Game against City. Ramsey this time distributes the ball from behind. A cross goes in, and Arsenal loses the ball. Where is Ramsey? Look at that space in front of Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure runs in, and this space is widely open for a counter-attack. Here Ramsey doesn't even bother running. A pass into the middle, and where is Ramsey again? Why isn't he covering that space? So I wonder, is he any better on the wing? For the last 2 years, Ramsey's goal-scoring ability vaporized. If he's looking to play as a starter, at least on the right wing, he should revive his 13-14 season form in front of goal. Going into the left wing position, Arsenal has their new king Alexis Sanchez. Alexis is a dominant starter at this position, but this is what Arsenal fans don't want to see. Alexis should get some rest during the season so he can stay at 100% condition throughout the year. Arsenal had a hard time after Alexis fell. Alexis attempted for an early comeback, but he was not fit. By the time he reached his best form, the title race was over. During the Copa, he was injured again at the finals, and I think he should be given some more rest despite him wanting to come back early this season. Who will replace Arsenal's new king then? That's probably Alexis Iwobi, the sensational youngster. This youngster came into Arsenal's best 11 in the second half of last season and showed some great abilities. He's still young, but looking at this form during preseason, he will probably be starting in many games this season too. Now let's look at the last and most controversial position, the striker. This position is where all the Arsenal fans are greatly worried about. They're expecting a big signing, but nobody came in yet despite all the offers being made. Given the fact that there are no other new options until now, Arsenal have 3 competitors in this area for now. The first 2 of those players are Chuba Akpom and Theo Walcott. Chuba is a great youngster and he showed some possibilities in his ability during the preseason games. But he's still young and Wenger probably doesn't see him as a first team option yet. More likely option is Theo Walcott, which is sad. His form during the last few seasons hasn't been so great. He's nothing more than a sprinter with a ball with his current form. He should be showing this every week if he wants the striker spot. Now the last option in this position is Olivier Giroud. I left him out to last because I wanted to point out the fact that he's not the best player to be playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Wenger always played him as the only striker at the top, but during Euro 2016, Giroud showed that he was better with an attacking partner on his side. Giroud sees Griezmann running into the defense. He flicks the ball into the space in front of Griezmann, and that's a free chance for his partner. And this is what I want to point out, his strength. He became a lure himself to deceive the defenders. They're all misled by Giroud's positioning. Again here, Giroud goes up for a header, and the final defender is pulled into Giroud's zone. A big space opens up behind and Griezmann is free for a goal. So if Arsenal was to play a 4-4-2, the lineup might look like this. Chel in the goal, Monreal on the left, Bellerin on the right, Laurent and Gabriel in the center, Xhaka and Coquelin in the defensive midfield, Santi Cazorla on the left but acting more like a commander in the center, and Witsel on the right with more of a free role in the whole midfield area. On the top, Alexis will partner up with Giroud to run into the space that Giroud creates. But we all know that Wenger doesn't like to change. Assuming that Wenger will play 4-2-3-1 again, what would the lineup against Liverpool look like in the first game of the season? Monreal and Bellerin on the fullback, Robben and Callum in the center since there is no other choice. Elneny and Coquelin might start together, giving Xhaka some time to adapt to a new league. With Witsel still out for a break, Ramsey could fill up the central attacking midfield position, given a role to run into the Liverpool defense. On the right, the Ox, who had a great preseason, could be given a chance to start. And on the left, Iwabi is expected to start. I chose Iwabi here just because I think Alexis should take some rest. Despite all the news about Alexis being able to play, Arsene should not let him play. This is just the first game. Arsenal has a long season ahead, so I wish he takes his time. Now on the striker position, Walcott is expected to start. There are no other options available here other than Akpom. Arsene has not given much chance to Akpom previously, and he will do the same again. Walcott should prove his quality by running in behind the defense line and scoring when he has a chance. So that wraps up our preview show today. Thanks for watching. I'll come back next week. Good luck, Arsenal.